Surprise, motherfucker. Hey, what's up? This is Venger Satanis, and let's get through some more of these three-sentence opener submissions. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to pick up where we left off and get through as many as I possibly can. All right. And comment as things come to me. The wine we just shared was cursed by the witch Carrie. I feel terrible, but there was no way I could have paid you to help me. If you can't break the curse by the rise of the full moon, we are all doomed. Missing context. I really don't know enough of what's going on to, game this or really comment appropriately. I'm kind of lost. Okay. The coroner on the enormous orbital cylinder, Civil, never saw a death like this. Bite marks like from a large animal. But no pets were allowed on the station. Why? The only source of animals was the robotic zoo on level 3 of the recreational zone. Say, you don't suppose some vindictive employee was reprogramming them? Yeah. Okay, so this is like, sci-fi mixed with something from, sounds like something from like folklore, Lovecraft, a vampire story, or Lovecraft Circle, the baying of an enormous hound, that kind of thing, which can be cool. I mean, a little more context. I mean, I don't know the PCs. Are they on this orbital cylinder right now? Are they just passengers or something? I don't know. I don't know if you need to know, but that's just a question I had. So yeah, it's pretty good. Night falls over the putrid splendor of Shargul. Shargul, maybe. The clamor of the bazaar retreating before the quiet roar of black alley gambling dens and clandestine orgies. I like it already. Here you sit, smoking from hookah pipes and sharing seductive glances with feminine creatures that secrete psychoactive poisons within the pipe's massive water tanks. Yet the bliss is abruptly lost as a figure as beautiful as it is alien bursts forth from the smoke, calling out to you, "Come to me! Come to me!" That's pretty cool. So you're okay. So you're in. Like at first, I thought it was like another sci-fi one, but I don't think so. I think it's like you're in this weird, I don't know, like Clark Ashton Smith kind of weird city, fantasy city, and there's like gambling and hookah smoke and orgies and weird poisons. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Conan and stuff like that too. And I mean, it compels me to want to know more and to find out what's going on. Either you come to the beautiful alien, or you don't, but you figure out what's going on. So yeah, I think that was a good one. All right, here's another. That 2 mile. Oh, hang on. Then they corrected it after that. That 2 mile patch of forest is sick and unwholesome, and all the surface waters are tainted, clouded with some mucus. The plants and animals are twisted and unrecognizable, and if some stories are to be believed, can speak their pain directly into your mind. If the forest walkers from the Kilmfold are to be believed, then it started nearest the springs of the Erd last thaw, but now it is within mere yards of the supply root to us cold and threatening to cut off supply lines in one direction and military aid in the other if nothing is done. Wow, that's a little bit overwritten. I don't even know where I am anymore. Okay. So a lot of these I just have to reread because, what I was hoping for would more of these would be like, I don't know, like you're here in the forest. And this is why. And there's, something up ahead. And, I guess I was thinking more straightforward and simplistic, with like little flourishes here and there. But a lot of these are like mostly flourish, and then you got to work backwards and get to like, okay, where are you? What's going on? You have to focus on the basics before you have to walk before you can run. Running isn't necessarily a bad thing. And a lot of people can walk and run. Right? I mean, they've already learned how to walk, so they can run. Okay, let me get back to where I was. If the forest walkers, there's some cool words and wordplay. They're like, it might be a little much. I like to have some. Some is good, but if there's too much, then you're losing people. The person reading it, like the game master, sometimes you're losing the players. And that's not good because this is an opener. And an opener should be more basic and it should be accessible and gently suggestive, without beating someone over the head that, like, I don't know, that so much stuff is going on. You don't want too much stuff going on. You also don't want too little going on. But it's an opener, and so I think if you err on the side of too little going on, you're in a better place than if you try to reach for the stars and you just have a ton of shit going on, and people lose focus, and then they're also paralyzed because they don't know which to go to first, A, B, or C. So yeah, someone's threatening to cut off supply lines, and you got to do something. I don't know. This one has good potential. I think this one could be rewritten, maybe cut down to like half its current size, and more. I want to say based, but more foundational. I don't know. All right, here's another one. This is short, so let's see what we got here. The splintering of syringes. The cackling of blackened glass underfoot, the noisy stink of desperation and decay. That's how you knew you were in Tweaked Town. Okay. There's not much gameable here. There's not really a call to adventure. There's just a halfway decent description. That would not suggest writing the noisy stink of desperation and decay, because that's, I don't know what that person was thinking, unless it's trying to be humorous, but then the rest of it isn't humorous, so I don't think so. In Tweaked Town, that needs a new name. That's no good. Okay, next. As you arrive at your favorite tavern, a glow seen in the distance reveals itself to be from the fire engulfing your favorite watering hole. You look on in sad fatigue from your adventures in the long travel, when a form exits the blaze, a tall, brutish fire elemental. And it says, the name of your group's mage. I am sent to spell your doom, but I came too early to catch you abed, he booms forth as he sees your approach and begins closing the gap with long strides. That I really like. However, I would leave that mystery there. I think you do a disservice by having the fire elemental just come right out and be like, I was too fucking early. I should have waited. Then you'd be on fire in your bed right now. Damn it. because you want that to sort of like work in the player's brains, because that would normally be working in the character's brains. Why the fire elemental chose that tavern? Well, it's their favorite. So, and he knows the group's mage by name, wizard by name. So I would let that percolate in the background and let them just imagine that could be a possibility. I wouldn't just come right out and say that. I think that's too much information too soon, and you're kind of spoiling a good reveal later that you could have had. All right, we're already after 10 minutes, so I'll just do like 2 more and then we're done. But it's good. It needs a little bit of reworking, but I like that one. Okay. As random player reaches for the idol, you hear a click. Sand pours from the ceiling, burying several NPCs alive. As you become quickly buried up to your waists, what do you do? Okay. Okay, you have no idea where you are. You're somewhere probably inside with an idol. And it's kind of like too much in the middle, I think. I need more context. You don't have to go back to the beginning of the story, but what happened, it just makes you wonder what happened before. I would like to go back a little bit earlier. I mean, then you don't get like the like, oh my god, everything is happening right now effect. But I don't know. And the NPCs, they're just like suddenly all buried alive. That was quick. And then you are, and the other players are up to your waists. So that just seems unrealistic. Like you're just doing it. Those guys are dead because they're not player characters. They're NPCs, so fuck them. Which isn't bad necessarily, but it takes me out. It's not realistic. And it kind of breaks immersion, which is like what you don't want to do. So one more, and then next time we'll get to time shadows, because she wanted me to do hers. So I will save that for next time, but I'll do one more right now. Your limbs burn from the crimson ruin. You have cut yourselves through. You have cut yourselves, though lips cracked at eldritch spells you have spewed forth. But it was just enough to survive another day in the Colosseum. After being sold into slavery to the she-devils, you and your companions had consigned yourselves to the fact that it was a matter of time before you died at the hands of some hellbeast or jacked up pleasure slave. But now you have a choice. Killa, the Shadow Witch, has looked favorable on your surviving band. It's time to rise through the ranks of killers and tentacled horrors and use the Shadow Witch to escape. This one needs an edit, that's for sure. There's a few things going on, typos and run-on sentence, and grammatically it's a little messed up. I like the idea of you were slaves and you kind of lost hope. Killa, the Shadow Witch, that just sounds ridiculous. But I don't know what that means. She's looked favorably on you, so you're going to use her to escape, or she wants you to escape. The player characters realize that they need to use the Shadow Witch to escape. It's a little confusing. So that one needs work. That's not a great one. But hey, you tried, and that's awesome. You can't get anywhere unless you take your first step. For the people at home, if you want to show me If you want to revise yours and just show me how you improved it, or if you just want my take, I will look at them, and maybe I'll even do a video about those at the very end. I don't mind taking another look, so that's cool if you want to do that. Okay, and my video is about to die out, so there you go. All right, till next time, and then I'll start with time shadows. So I got you, Hoss.